Hello, everyone. I know it's been a while, but I'm back now. Um, some things happened over the course of the past couple months that I don't want to talk about right now. But anyway, I'm back. How are you? How's everyone? I hope you guys are doing all right. I'm doing fine myself. Um, what is it? It's been, yeah. Let's think here. Well, let's just get some stuff off my chest. Uh, what is there to actually talk about? Hang on. I mean, I don't know what usually I would take out my notes because I always write things down. Um, I always feel like, oh yeah, I see. All right, let's see where we can talk. I would always, let's see. Yeah, I think I said that. God, it's so long ago. It's like I can't wait to look back at some of my videos and discuss those. Oh yeah, this is actually a good one. Stop overestimating yourself, right? And start underestimating. You might think to yourself, what does that mean exactly? Cuz I feel like, well, I would always in the past say I do something very well, and then um I'd let that dictate who I am, right? Whether if it's good or bad, right? So if it's recently, right? And I would overestimate whatever it is, right? And it actually lead me to do less, right? If you start underestimating yourself, then I find myself doing more, right? Sometimes I would always think to myself, like, oh, like I'm the man or whatever, right? But then the other day I was like, you're just some guy, right? You're just some guy. I know that might sound like depressing, but in reality, that's what you are. You're not like, it's not like you're some autopilot person who does everything, right? Everything. It's just like everything. Essentially, it's just like nothing like falls into your lap type deal. But when you think like, oh, I'm just some guy, then you're willing to do more stuff, right? You're willing to get out of bed earlier in the day. You're um you're willing to just get after it. Um and yeah, it's just like essentially it's like you almost let other things bully you down to keep you down, right? You let other people's opinions bully you. You let yourself bully yourself. I mean, I can go on, but you have to keep that in mind, right? If you just think bully, if you just think that, you won't they won't get to you as much, right? Others' opinions, anyone, really, right? And you can't let that happen. There are a lot more bullies in the world than you think that there are, right? And you don't even realize it. You don't think it is. You're like, oh, it might be verbal, because people project things onto you, right? Like a typical bully, right? Stuff happens to them, and they project it onto others, right? It's like back like typical bully back in the day, where they would get their ass beat at home by their dad, right? And then they would go to school and pick on the weak kid. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna beat the shit out of this kid, right? But then he goes home and gets his ass beat by his dad, right? So it's pretty, you know, And that goes for many other things. So, yeah, don't let people bully you, right? And usually when it comes to bullies, like, you just confront them and they'll crumble because they're not really that strong. They're not. So you confront them, right? Confront any issue, right? Don't be afraid of confrontation. It's simple as that. That's what I've learned, at least. Because, yeah, like, right? Right. So, yeah, another thing that I actually realized myself is, I was like, oh, I keep these things in mind, like dumb yourself down, or what is it? Underestimate yourself so that you'll end up doing things. And then keep in mind of bullies. Another thing I actually realized is that there's no shame to admit that you're afraid. Right? I saw a clip of George St. Pierre saying that. And I thought to myself, and he's like, well, I made peace with that. It changes everything. Entrepreneur, fighter, whatever. It's all in the preparation. Right? And hang on. Sorry about that. My dad just walked down in the basement. Anyway, back to what I was saying. The thing about admitting that you're afraid is that if you just, in your head, you say to yourself, I'm afraid. That's what I do. I say to myself, I'm afraid. Right? And essentially, what it does is that it helps you process your nervousness, right? Because if you don't do that, because typically in these situations, you want your nervousness to go away, right? You want it gone. And that's not going to happen if you don't process it, right? If you don't admit that you are, because that's what you are. You're afraid, right? And that's the present moment. Sorry about that. And if you don't admit that you are, then you're going to let it consume you. And when you let nervousness consume you, then you're just going to end up making poor decisions. That's what's going to happen. It's set in stone. It's going to happen. You can't let that happen. Right? So if you say it, you're still going to be nervous. Keep in mind, you're still, right? But you're going to be able to process it better. You're going to be able to handle it better if you simply just say that you are in your head. Right? There are many situations that get us nervous, right? And we don't want to be nervous, so we can think clearly. If you just say it, you are, and admit that you are, you'll be able to think clearly, because what you want is to think clearly. As simple as that. That's really that. Those are like the main things that I've learned over the past some odd months. But, happy about that. And what's to come. I think I always would talk about, I don't know what I'm doing wrong with my life and all sorts of things. But I think I'm on track, and I'm going to be making more videos in the coming. So I don't know, just because this whole channel has been based on, sort of what I was dealing with all these times, and I wasn't able. That's the thing. I didn't know what to do. Oh God, I didn't know what to do. I was not like, I gotta admit that I'm afraid. I have to confront my problems. I can't just sit there and wait for them to go away. Right? Because the world keeps moving. The world keeps moving, right? If you let something consume you, you're essentially like you're mentally being bullied. You're bullying yourself. You're keeping yourself down from what God has for you. So that's what I got to say today. Yeah, that's pretty much it. God bless you all. Take care. Good night.